everybody. This is a Lamley showcase, the final showcase of, well, you remember these, the Lamley Awards of 2019. Yeah, 2019 ended a long time ago. In fact, 2019 ended a super long time ago for Hot Wheels, at least the basic range. That was back in like October of last year. But not in the RLC world. We just finished it off with the final sale of the 2019 membership year with the Tootsie Roller Gasser. And I have promised you guys a results video on all the other categories that we voted on, but because of a vacation and a little bit of a break and some other factors, I have not been able to get to it yet. So the silver lining is that we're able to finally do the final category, which is Best RLC Model of 2019. So we're going to vote on that. Memberships for 2020 go on sale on Tuesday. You can vote on your favorite model or the best model of 2019, and then I will put everything, all categories together and announce those winners next weekend on here, the Lamley YouTube channel. Fair enough? I decided to go with all of the RLC releases for 2019 as opposed to just new castings. There's a fair amount of new castings. I'll point them out, but because some of these were started as basic models and then were upgraded, others got a few details like opening hoods and things. It just is hard to just pinpoint just the new ones. There's so much good stuff here that I decided, why don't we just vote on all of them? There's such good details, opening parts, blah, blah, blah. Models that aren't included. I didn't include any convention models. Those are some great ones. I've thought about doing a category for those. Maybe one of these days I will. You've got Japan. You've got the two conventions here. You've got Mexico. Not Brazil this year, I think, right? But Mexico this year. I've thought about that. I might do that. Maybe for 2020, we can talk about that. I didn't include them. I also did not include the Redline Club pink models because those were originally made for the convention. Then the extras are sold. And the only other model that I think sold on the RLC this year was the Gumball Lamborghini Aventador. Didn't include that because that was for a separate event as well. So these are all exclusive RLC releases, if that makes sense. Let's just get right to it. This one in the back, pay no attention to that. You know that's coming in 2020. I have my preview model. Obviously, I've already done the video, just waiting to drop it. That thing is incredible, and I'm kind of glad it's being pushed to 2020 because I think based on how the RWB Porsches have been doing, we already know what the winner will be. This one leaves it a little more wide open. We'll let the 2020 models, which there's some great stuff coming, compete with that one. All right. Last thing, I'm going to go through these. You pick the model that you think is the best and vote down below. The link is in the video description to the poll. Comments are great. Leave them, but I won't count them. I want to know your reasoning. That'll be awesome, but you've got to vote on the poll in order for your vote to be counted. So make sure you do that. And then leave a comment on why you picked what you did, what you like, what you don't, whatever. All right, let's get started with the membership model of 2019, way back when. It is the Custom Camaro. This one is different than the 67 Camaro in that it is modeled after the original Redline Camaro. That's why it's got the Neo wheels. That's why there's a little bit of that bend in the rear axles, because it's that bounce that those classic Redline models had. That's what those are the way they made the axles to create that little bit of tension so that the models had some shock look or that shock feel to it. And also the model stayed loose and fast. So that was for speed and whatever. So that's why they actually really truly replicated that model as it was. And that was the membership model. The next one, Larry Wood's Steampunk Truck. Has a little bit of a moving part, not a massively significant one. This model actually debuted at the convention, right? I think in 2018 at a dinner that honored Larry and I think his anniversary with Hot Wheels. That was in like a kind of a burnt orange color or kind of a rust color, I think. This one comes in beautiful Spector Flame. I'm going to try and beautiful Spector Flame green. Maybe that's not a comment. I'm trying to stay away from too much of the I don't want to show my colors in terms of what I like. I think all these are great, to be perfectly honest. But, you know, I'm going to try and just speak to what they are. Steampunk Truck, Larry Wood design, beautiful. I did it again. Spector Flame, olive green, 5-spoke wheels. A very worthy candidate, a very worthy, cool custom or casting. Whew, I'm getting ahead of myself for the Redline Club in 2019. Next one. And this is the first of two castings that actually repeated in the RLC year, and this one really repeated. This is the Porsche 964. If you remember this one, this is the first release Magnus Walker's Porsche 964. It has an opening trunk. You guys can see all that stuff. I'm just going to showcase the models themselves, but I'll just mention that this one has an opening trunk detailing on the engine in the back. Has the Fuchs style wheels. What is it? 1552. So this one was done in that special acrylic case with the figure of Magnus in Spector Flame gunmetal gray, or Spector Flame, wouldn't call it black per se, more of a dark gray. Detailed interior and everything. Beautiful, beautiful model. By the way, not as you're voting, vote on the model. Don't vote necessarily on the packaging, because there's a lot of cool packaging this year. Obviously, I'm focusing on the models themselves. Was repeated a little bit later. We'll talk about that. But you're gonna have to, if you really like this 964 and want it to be your winner, you got to pick between the Spector Flame gray version and the standard gray version, which we'll get to in just a second. Next one, also a two-timer for 2019, was the 1972 Custom 240Z. Now, I included this. This was actually the Selections model of 2018, but was released in 2019. So in that same way, the Selections model for 2019 is the 55 Bel Air Gasser, but will not be released, even though it's already been purchased, won't by the members there, will not be released until this year, 2020, so I'll include it then. So this one falls into this category because this is when it's made its first appearance. Opening hood, Spector Flame blue, Greddy rear license plate, two-tone interior, actually three-tone with the yellow roll bar. Might have been the first model with those with the 6-spokes wheels in an RLC as well. So, man, all of these just look so good with that Spector Flame paint. It's just nice to see them all together. New casting, first new casting of a few released in 2019 in the RLC. It is the 41 Willis Gasser, not to be confused with the Willys Gasser. This is Willis Gasser. Brendan Vituski designed it. It is in, and I don't think I can hide the fact that this mirrored kind of, I don't know what is up with this color. It's insane. If you want to vote on the color, I guess you can. It almost looks like, it looks like it has a layer of enamel, like an extra layer. It's got some real depth, this color. The color really shines. The casting is great too. Opening hood as well. A lot of details in the engine that are it's just a phenomenal model. And I'm just saying all this stuff, but there's just no doubt all these models are great. This one is definitely included. Lots of highlights there. This may be the one you want to vote for. This one has a very rich future. All right, next Porsche 964. This time, Magnus' same Porsche. This time the Spector Flame is gone and it's in standard gray. This one was released on the card, actually. Still opening trunk, everything. So this was a new casting. Actually, I said the Willis was first. The 964 was actually the first new casting of this year. I think the story goes that Magnus wanted a replica of his actual car, I think, as well. So they went ahead and did this one and put it on a card. So it's almost like a bonus model to have both. So yeah, if you really like this casting, I like this casting, and you want to vote for it, do you go with the more realistic gray or do you go with the Spector Flame gray? That's a tough call. All right, and then followed up once again by the Custom 240Z. Here it is again. This time, I think this is what it was originally slated to be. They created this casting with the opening hood to be this color-changing purple or green. I'm actually holding this in front of the camera. My naked eye sees it as green. The camera sees it as purple. That is just incredible. That's insane. And you're also seeing it as it's going on the turntable, how much the color changes here. And it is phenomenal. It's so cool to see a really nice addition to like there was a lot of new elements that joined the RLC. A lot of opening parts, and obviously the C10 with its adjustable height. This color changing paint is super cool as well. So second version, this was also had Greddy deco on it. We previewed this one. Kind of cool to see that color changing paint. All right, 55 Bel Air Gasser. Always a hit. This might be the one you want to vote for. what do we call this one? The Flying Tiger, or there was a lot of names for this one. Came in an acrylic case, olive green, bomber style deco. Really pretty Spector Flame color. It's a 55 Gasser, which means it's a player when it comes to everyone's favorite model of the year. The Gasser is always one to get a lot of attention, and this one might be up there as well. So include that one if you want to in your vote. Moving to the other side, going to the back here. No Spector Flame on this one, but Golf-style Ford F-150 Raptor. Second release of this. I mean, the casting was in the main line. There's a premium version, and there's the RLC version with the opening hood and the opening tail. This one, acrylic case, like I said, it's got the new off-road wheels on it, and full Golf deco. They've done Spector Flame Golf. They wanted to go with the realistic. This one matches nicely with the Porsche 993 that was released, about 5 or 6 years ago? Maybe more than that. I don't remember. But also looks really good. You know, I know that some of you don't have access to the RLC models. I get it. It stinks, or it's really expensive to get them shipped. If you have these in hand, you can see all those details, which are fun to look at, especially like the interior that I can, or the engines that I'm not showing here. The two-tone interiors and all those details are really cool to see. All right, this is one of the more I don't know even how to describe it, but just standard RLC. RLC used to be more about just, there were some exclusives, but like upgraded versions of basic models. Even the Gasser's not like this, because the Gasser has its own base for premium. So this is one of the only ones that was started as a basic that has just upgraded itself. There's no opening hood, no nothing. It is the Honda S2000. So this is almost a throwback style for RLC now. And you know, we've seen the S2000 in almost every line, exclusive, super, premium, car culture, and now it's done the RLC thing in this bronze Spector Flame color, 6-spoke wheels. Really nice, clean version. It has the matte black roof and hood as well, which is kind of cool. So S2000 fans, represent if you want to with that one. Nissan Skyline R34 was built for the RLC, was made available for the convention in yellow. This is its RLC debut in Spector Flame blue. Got a lot of detailing on the interior, including the red harnesses. It's got an opening hood, 6-spoke wheels, just a gorgeous blue color. And this one will drop Tuesday as the new membership model in purple. A lot of fans of the R34. I know Jimmy Lou, who is in charge of marketing of the marketing and development of the RLC line, is a big fan of this casting. He might have flexed some muscles in trying to get this one in and getting the opening hood. I don't think anyone is complaining, and I might be wrong, Jimmy. You can tell me if I am, but I think that's the one he might be voting for. All right. What is this? The 59, I think, or 55 Mercedes-Benz SL300 or 300 SL. Yeah, gotta get that correct. Opening doors. First Mercedes in the RLC. It might be olive green. Some of you have expressed some dislike of the color. Without expressing too many opinions, I like the color a lot, and I'd imagine we're going to see this casting. We know it's coming up in other premium lines, but I think we're going to see this casting in other colors as well. So if you don't like the olive green, you can definitely find it in the future. But the casting itself, I think, I mean, what can you complain about? It's really, really cool. It's got the separate mirror piece, red interior, opening doors. This might be your winner. Might be my winner. Who knows? I like that one a lot. See, I've told you I was not going to express all these opinions, and I'm terrible at it. Next one. So that was a new casting. So is this one. 82 Lamborghini Countach in Spector Flame red, sitting on the Aero style wheels. Unique choice. Again, it's another one that I think some people expressed. They thought there could be some better wheels. I get the contrast between the Spector Flame and the wheels. We're going to see this one in Spector Flame black moving forward in 2020. That will be one that you could vote for if you want to as well. But the casting, phenomenal. We've seen this seems to be somewhat loosely based on the casting that was done for the basic range, except this one has opening doors. and the spoiler in the back as well. Lamborghini, first RLC, I think, for that one. All right, holiday model. Now we're getting towards the end of the year. I almost forgot about this one. I had to go back and find it and open it up to give it its fair representation. I don't think I could have put it out there just as a carded model. I got to give it its fair shake on the turntable. It is the VW drag bus, Neo style wheels, obviously the holiday theme. Last year it was the Texas Drive-'em. Before that, I think it was the Batmobile. And now we have an old RLC classic, almost a throwback as well, the holiday VW drag bus. And then the final two models of the 2019 year. I didn't give this one a proper feature, but you know what's going on. It is the Chevy C10, I think the 69 Chevy C10 in root beer, in a stock style, a stock deco, with kind of a cream-colored side stripe. Moves into the rear tail. And then obviously the very unique feature of this one is that it has an adjustable height. So it goes from lowered to a stock height, and it is awesome to see that technology. Maybe even with or without this cool little adjustable feature, you might just dig the lowered C10. I sure do. That is for sure. And finally, I know, because memberships are opening this Tuesday, I know this I might have been shipped, but I don't think anybody's gotten it yet. So you're going to have to go with my feature here if you want to go with the Supernova Gasser, the Tootsie Roller. Really cool Tootsie Roll packaging. Don't worry about that if you're voting, but this one has detail in the engine, a really cool Tootsie Roller deco. It's a casting that's been very popular. Of course, it's a Gasser. People always dig that. So you're going to have to go with my shot if you want to vote for this one. And hopefully it is sufficient. But I wanted, like I said, I wanted to get this done because it was time. I don't want to wait for everyone to get theirs. And there's a lot of you who aren't RLC members who don't have these anyway. Or might have picked up a couple on the secondary market. Nonetheless, that is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 models that have been released in the RLC this year that qualify for this. Go down into the description. Vote on the one that you think is best. Leave a comment. Tell me why you voted. Tell me maybe what those that you didn't like. I'm not doing a poll for worst or least favorite. But lots of cool models here. I think we can all agree that Hot Wheels has really come to play with the RLC, and it is, considering some of the issues, I understand the website has had its issues in the past. Those seem to be getting better and better and better. Hopefully they stay on that trajectory. It used to be that the models were delayed so long. We have definitely gotten better on that. In fact, way better on that. That wasn't even an issue this year. So not only improvements in the site itself, but major improvements in the models, how they're executed, and they're really going above and beyond in how they're giving extra features that really make these models special. You guys tell me what you think. Vote down below. We will announce the winner next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye.